Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. What is up? My name is Dia. Nice of you to join us for today's video. Alright, so in today's video I am going to be rating and ranking perfumes from Paris Corner that I have in my collection. I've seen a few creators do this particular tag on YouTube and I thought it was so fun. Plus I've actually done a video like this in the past. I did one on Latafa fragrances, and I think that was somewhere last year. So I think it's only right because I have about 11 perfumes from Paris Corner, which I do find a little bit interesting. I didn't realize that I was buying so much of their perfumes, but hey, it sounds like a fun video to do, so we're going to be doing them tonight. I'm going to be rating and ranking them, and if this sounds like something you might be interested in, then please definitely stick around and keep on watching. Now, without any further talking, let's get right into the video, and we're actually going to start from this particular collection. This is a sample set that I got from Aroma Concepts like some time back, and this is what comes in this particular sample set. So I believe there's only one perfume here that is by Aroma Concepts. This is Ginger Babe, but the rest are from Paris Corner, so we're just going to focus on those. And actually the one that comes in last place, the one that comes in 11th place for me, is this one right here. This is called Qissah Delicious. Now this, I quite remember when it came, it made a little bit of noise. A lot of people were raving about it, and from what I've heard, this is inspired by, or well, I don't know if it's inspired by that one, but I have heard people say that this smells similar to Sabrina Carpenter's Sweet Tooth. Well, I haven't used that fragrance, so I wouldn't be able to confirm or deny that. But one thing I can tell you for sure is that I personally am not a huge fan of this particular scent. It's a gourmand scent. It's sweet, so I can see the reason why a lot of people like it. This smells to me like chocolate covered oranges. I really get strong notes of that orange and the choco, and it's sweet, it's nice, I guess, but there's something in it that I don't quite like. You know when you eat something and then it leaves like an aftertaste in your mouth? It's kind of similar to this one, but scent wise, when I spray this on my skin, the longer it dries, I get like this after smell that is very reminiscent of like the zest from like orange peels. And I don't know, I'm not a fan of it. I don't like it very much. I can see why people like it though. It's sweet, I guess. I've seen people compare this to Nebras, but in my very humble opinion, Nebras is so much better than this one. I can see them potentially being in the same family, but Nebras is more so like a sweet choco vanilla with those like berries and, you know, orange blossom in the depth. But this is more so, it's more so focused on that orange and the choco and the sweetness. But I don't know, I'm not a fan of that zesty orange peel scent to it. It's not bad, but it's not my favorite. Now this one, I will rate it a 7.5 out of 10. I think it's not a bad scent overall, but in my opinion there are better options out there. So for me this comes in last place, but I guess it's not bad. The one that comes in 10th place for me is Lactea Divina. And this one I got around the same time I got the Karma Cascade, but now I have used up Karma Cascade and this is still here. Now this I would say is a pretty mature blend. It's a pretty grown-up blend. It's a lactonic, floral, incensey type scent, and honestly the first time I tried it I was like, I don't know how this is gonna work, but somehow it does. But there is something to it, and I'm guessing it's probably because of that milkiness to it. But I find it almost nauseating, and I find that when I put too much of this particular fragrance on, I feel like throwing up, so I try not to. I think it's probably one of the reasons why I don't use it as much. But I'm gonna try and like actually use it, because there are some, this is one of the fragrances that I want to finish in my collection. I haven't used much of it at all. I think I've used like just this much. But yes, this particular fragrance I will rate it an 8 out of 10. I do wonder if I am being too generous. No, I think that the blend itself, like the blend of the fragrance, is pretty well done. It's more so like a matter of whether you like the DNA or not, because if you like it, I think that you will find that this particular scent is well done. But if you don't like it, it's just more so like taste wise, but the blend itself I think is pretty good. This I would rate it at 8 out of 10, but in my particular collection this comes at 10th place. Yeah, I'm gonna put that aside, but I'll try to use it though. I'll probably keep it for like 9 times because it does have like this coziness to it, but I'll try not to put too much and see how that works. But let's move on to the next one. The one that comes in 9th place is Mawj Cognac Blaze, and I was actually surprised that I like this fragrance as much as I do. So this one opens up with this burst of like citruses. I mean, I guess we can even say a sort of like booziness to it, but it reminds me so much of like Coca-Cola, like the smell to Coca-Cola. Not necessarily the Coca-Cola here in the States, but the Coca-Cola that I used to drink back home in Ghana. It really has that smell in the opening, and I get like some very light, very light spices, maybe ginger. I could be wrong because I haven't looked up the notes to this particular fragrance. It's been quite a while. And I get cinnamon. I get a lot of cinnamon to this particular scent. I don't remember if cinnamon was part of the scent notes, but I will look it up. But there is a side to this particular fragrance that reminds me of Camera by Lattafa, except that this does not have like the sticky sweetness that Camera has. But I can see them potentially in the same family. Yeah, but between the two is a no-brainer. I love oh my god, Camera. I have still yet to use a fragrance, especially by Lattafa, that gave me the experience that I got from Camera. So this one doesn't even come close. I do wonder if this is also inspired by Angel Share. I would like check and see. But yeah, for me at the moment, this one comes in 9th place. And what did I say I would rate? I said I would rate this, yeah, an 8 out of 10. I'll rate this an 8 out of 10. Yeah, the one that comes in 8th place for me is Rifaaqat, and this particular fragrance I've heard is inspired by Baby Cat by is it YSL? I forget the brand name, but I'll put it somewhere on the screen. This is said to be inspired by that one. I haven't used the OG, so I wouldn't be able to confirm or deny. But this particular fragrance, I can say, is a pretty complex scent. I have heard some people describe this particular fragrance as a vanilla scent, and I personally would not describe it as such because I don't feel like that is an accurate description of it. This is a very heavy, woody, spicy forward scent. Like, when you spray it for the first time, it really opens up with those spices, that woodiness, and there's like this herbal scent profile to it, and it's bitter. It's bitter. That's the opening. But when you let this settle down on your skin, when it dries down, that is when you get that sweet vanilla like in the depth. And the thing is, I've actually had this fragrance for over 3 months now, if I'm not mistaken. I've had it for quite some time. And the very first time I got it, like my first impression of this particular fragrance, I wasn't really getting that vanilla, like that sweetness. I wasn't really getting that. But now when I spray it, I do get that vanilla. And the longer it sits on my skin, the deeper that sweetness gets. Like, it's sweet. It has like a sweet vanilla base, but in my humble opinion, this is not such a vanilla, well, it's not such a vanilla forward fragrance. It does have vanilla in the base, but it's more so like a warm, woody, spicy scent. This is a perfectly unisex fragrance, but if anyone described this as leaning masculine, I would see exactly where they're coming from. But this, in my opinion, is perfectly unisex. I can kind of fit it in the same family as By the Fireplace by Mrs. Margiela. They kind of, it's not that they smell the same or they smell similar, but the scent profiles, I can group them under the same type of family, if that makes sense. Yeah, so although it's nice and it's complex, this is not a safe blind buy at all. And I do feel like if I had like tested this out in a store, I probably would not have bought a full bottle. I probably would not have bought it at all. But I do feel like the longer it stays, the more it matures, the sweeter it's going to get. So I'm gonna keep an eye out. But for now, Rifaaqat comes in, what position? Yes, this comes in 8th place for me. What did I rate this? Did I rate it? Oh yeah, to me, listen. Now this might not be a safe blind buy, and I definitely see this as a complex scent, but in my opinion, I feel like this scent is well done. This to me is a solid 9 out of 10. It's a solid 9 out of 10. It's well done, and the more that it matures, the better it gets. But yeah, for now, this comes in 9th place. For 8th or 9th? 8th place for me. I keep mixing the numbers up. Oh my god. The fragrance that comes in 7th place for me is Taskeen Caramel Cascade, and this was such a polarizing fragrance. Some people loved it, some people hated it, and I happen to be part of the people who love this fragrance. I do find that it worked very nicely with my DNA. This to me smells like a sweet caramel vanilla scent. It has like this powderiness to it. There is something about it that is reminiscent of like plastic, and it's play-doh-y, but on my skin, truly, like, it smelled like sweet caramelly, like powdery sweet caramel, powdery vanilla. And the longer it sat on my skin as the day goes by, the more that the fragrance faded. It really faded into something very vanilla, like a sweet vanilla fragrance. So it really worked with my skin. I would say I would rate this a 7.5 out of 10 for the smell itself, just because I do see why it didn't land so much with people, especially with the especially with the plasticiness to it. If not, I thoroughly enjoyed this fragrance. I really did. But yeah, I rated a 7.5 out of 10, and this one comes in 7th place for me. So the fragrance that comes in 6th place for me is actually one of their latest releases, and this is Eshal Vanilla. This is inspired by Kayali's Vanilla 28, and in my humble opinion, they did nail that DNA. This does smell very, very similar to Kayali's Vanilla 28. And in my review of this particular fragrance, I do talk about the differences that I personally pick up in here with the OG. If you want like an in-depth review about it, I'm sure to link that video to this particular one. But to me, they did nail that DNA. It's just that for me, this is lighter, and although it's sweeter, I don't particularly find that the sweetness is such a good thing. But hey, at the end of the day, it depends on you. I just feel like this is one of those cases where although they did nail the DNA, I still very much like the OG, especially with Vanilla 28. I just feel like it has like this depth to it, this mature grownness to it that this one doesn't necessarily have. But it's not bad. It's not a bad option at all. And I do find that if you feel like Vanilla 28 is too expensive or it wasn't sweet enough, I do feel like this is a good option. But for me, for now, at the moment, this comes in 6th place for me. I think that the fragrance is pretty good. It's nice. I think from this particular brand, I like their other fragrances more than I like this one. And I'm already in love with Vanilla 28, so I don't need a replacement, if that makes sense. Now, with this particular fragrance that comes in 5th place, I do feel like if you had asked me about 3 weeks ago how I felt about it, I don't think I would have imagined that this fragrance would, like, I would rank it so high. But the more that I used it, the more that I fell in love with it. And this is Khair Confection. Oh my goodness, this fragrance, the more that I used it, the more that I loved it. This is such a sweet, fruity pear scent. Is sweet. Now I feel like I had a I might have had like a different experience from other people, because I saw this review where this like creator was saying that she felt like there was too much marshmallow in here. Now I felt like there wasn't enough marshmallow. Like, I don't really get that bubble gumminess that I get from like the OG, and I do feel like the OG has like a little bit of like a vanilla in the base, especially on skin, that this one doesn't necessarily have. It's more so, it's fruitier than the OG. But this one though, the more that I used it, the more that I loved it. I paired this with, actually, let me show you. I used to pair this particular fragrance with this body cream, the Cotton Candy body cream from Bath & Body Works, and this was always such a banging combination. It's so sweet, it's so nice, it's so fruity. It's like a very fruity, juicy pear, and it's just, oh my god, yeah. This, wait, what did I say I'll rate this? I think this one I would actually rate it like an 8.5 out of 10. An 8.5 out of 10. It's a really nice fragrance, and the longer you have it, the better it gets. This is, I actually miss it. But yeah, this one comes in 5th place for me. Now, the one that comes in 4th place is December Vanilla, and oh my god, the longer this has macerated, the more that I like it from before. Because this is inspired by Kayali's Vanilla Royale Sugar Patchouli. And in the video where I was comparing these two fragrances, I did tell you guys that I wasn't a fan of this particular DNA. Well, I went back to it and I'm like, oh, I see why people like it. To be fair, I did give these perfume deal props in that particular video. I just said that it personally wasn't for me, but yeah, I did acknowledge that it was a very grown, like grown, mature, complex type vanilla scent if you want it. I like it, but I like it better now. Actually, I'm gonna spray it on my. I like it better now. I like it better now. It's like oh, I like it much better now. It's sweet, yeah. It's sweet and it has like this boozy accord to it. A sweet boozy accord to it, and there's this smell that I can only describe as like an earthy fishiness. But honestly, in here it's not so much that it turns me off, because in the original I feel like there's a little bit of that. There's a little bit more of that earthiness, that earthy fishiness to it, and some and almost like bent accord to it. But in here I feel like they toned everything down. You know, all of those spices really went down. The patchouli is down. This is much sweeter. This is much sweeter, but there's a little bit of those spices in the depths that is just it makes the fragrance more complex and more wearable for me personally. Now I like it. Wait, what did I say I'll rate this? I don't remember what I rated it in my other video, but honestly, I would rate this like a 9 out of 10 because I feel like it's very solid. I don't know that is I like it so much that I'll go and buy like a full bottle, because I have a lot of fragrances that I'm trying to use up. So I'm just gonna keep this sample for now. This is quite a lot, so but this is so nice. This is so nice. This is so beautiful. This is so this is so I have seen the light. I have seen the light. But yeah, this is a solid 9 out of 10 for me. And this comes in 4th place. Oh my god. Who would have thought? Now, in 3rd place for me is Khair Felicity. And you guys know how I raved about this fragrance when it first came out. This is such a soft girl, an elegant fragrance. This is so nice. This is such a floral gourmand scent. Like, it's floral. It has like this grassiness to it. And in the very total dry down, it has like this sweet, almost sticky vanilla. Oh my god, I actually prefer this blend to the original, and I do have the original. I got like a small size of it, and I ended up getting like a bigger bottle. I prefer this particular blend to the OG because I like the vanilla in here better than I like the OG's vanilla, which is more so like a juicy, fruity vanilla, if that makes sense. But this one is borderline 10 out of 10, but there's something about it that holds me back a little bit. I think that I would rate this either like a 9 or a 9.5 out of 10. I don't know what it is. I cannot quite put my hands on it, but there's something about it that holds me back. But this is such a nice fragrance. This is so nice. It's so elegant. It doesn't do too much, but it's there. It's sweet. It's floral. It's classy. I still don't pick up on the champagne-ness to it. But this is a bright scent. Oh, and it's empty, by the way. Did I mention that? Yeah, this is empty. Oh, I thoroughly enjoyed it. But yeah, this comes in 3rd place for me. We're gonna be talking about my top 2 fragrances from Paris Corner, and I'll be honest, for one of them in particular, I never would have imagined that I would rate it so high. No, not rate, rank it so high. Simply because I wasn't particularly wowed by it. But when I compare everything, like the wearing experience, I do realize that I enjoyed this particular fragrance a lot more than I realized. And so the one that comes in 2nd place for me from Paris Corner is Marshmallow Blush. Yep, I thoroughly enjoy this fragrance as well. This is a fluffy, creamy strawberry scent. It has like this, well, in the beginning I was getting like a little bit of tartiness to it, which kind of went away, and I was getting like a scent that kind of it reminded me of like toasted coconut, but they didn't list coconut as one of the scents, so I still don't know what that's about. But this is such a feminine fragrance. Like I think I'm in an era where I just like to smell sweet and girly and feminine, and this did absolutely that. Now as compared to the OG, like the original, I still prefer the OG simply because I feel like it's fluffier, it's sweeter, it's girlier. But this, yeah, this was, it's a very very close inspired of Young Bougie Marshmallow. It's really good, and honestly I do feel like it's absolutely worth the price. I do think that when I'm thinking about fragrances that I could possibly repurchase, because I try not to do that a lot. But I do feel like Marshmallow Blush is one of those fragrances that I could potentially repurchase, because I did enjoy, like I had a really good experience with wearing this. And this one, I just feel like it would pair so nicely with Cotton Candy Clouds. I wish I had taken more of like the body cream. I don't know if it's still, I'll go and check on Bath & Body Works website and see if they still have some available. But yeah, I absolutely enjoyed the experience with this particular fragrance. It smells good, it's feminine, it's girly, and on my skin, on my clothes, this was long lasting. Okay, this was long lasting. I think that I would rate this, I think I'm tempted to rate it like a 10 out of 10. I think I'm tempted to rate it a 10 out of 10. I don't feel like there's anything particularly wrong with it. I just feel like, although it smells like the OG, it is not exactly like the OG. And maybe that's like the only thing that could deduct points from it. Maybe, I don't know, like a 0.5 or like a 1 point from it. But I am so tempted to give this a 10 out of 10. But I love this fragrance. Yeah, this is my number 2 from Paris Corner. Now, the fragrance that comes at number 1 for me, and I know that this is not going to be a surprise to some people, the fragrance that comes at number 1 for me is none other than Bayn Al Asrar. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Ever since I got this fragrance, I know that I have not stopped raving about it. I talk about this fragrance a lot. I talk highly about this fragrance a lot, and there's a reason for it. You see this fragrance? You see this perfume? It's very complex. When you buy it for the first time, I think I can even bet money that there's a high chance that you might not like it. You might not like it. You see that opening? Bad. Very sour. Oof. Strong. Almost pungent. My god. But it dries down into something so soft, so sweet, like a fruity floral sweetness. And the longer this macerates, you start to get more of that vanilla sweetness to it. And oh my god, it's musky. The way it clings to the skin. It smells like skin, but better. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. Like it got to a point where when I was spraying it in the air, I would still get like that sourness, like that putridness to it. But as time went on, that sourness toned down. It went all the way down, and I was really getting that sweetness, that sweet fruity floralness to it, that muskiness that just clinged to the skin. Can you tell that I enjoyed this fragrance? Oh my god, I enjoyed this fragrance. This too, I am this close to rating it a 10 out of 10, but I will not. The only reason why this loses points is because of that opening. That opening is not good, but oh my god, the longer this macerates, the better it gets. The longer this matures, the much better it gets. For me, this is a solid 9 out of 10, and again, it's because of that opening. But yeah, this fragrance, my god, I thoroughly enjoyed it. But yeah, there's all the ranking for this particular video. I believe that's all the fragrances that I have or that I have used from Paris Corner. Let me tell you guys, I have filmed this. This is like the 3rd time that I'm filming this particular video, because each time I forgot about the fragrance and then I had to do like the reordering again. Oh my god. But hopefully now we have gotten everything. But yes, that is basically all that I have for you guys in this particular video. Let me know what you think. What do you think about my rating and my ranking? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Which of these fragrances have you tried? Which of them do you like? Which of them do you not like? And which of them are you looking to get next time? But yes, I look forward to reading all of your comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye!